Around 2:15 p.m. we got our first dispatch call to this, and our first unit responding to a small plane crash near the Clarksville Municipal Airport. We're on County Road 3500, which is just on the north side of the airport. When I arrived, we had several responding units here on scene. We had just a couple, maybe one or two, that had made it into the wood line, and it's very thick in the woods. So it took us a minute as first responders to locate the crash scene. There was no fire, smoke, or any indications there. Our sheriff did make contact first and discovered that there was occupants, and they were alive, but they had some minor injuries, and we had to eradicate them from the aircraft. What's called Halligan tools.
Okay.
We did have the jaws of life. I don't believe we had to use those, but we did have to use the Halligan tool to pry some areas up in the aircraft to get them out. And once we did have two of the injured that were able to walk themselves out. Other ones we had to carry out and assist, but then they were transported to a local hospital. Right now we're not leading the investigation. We've turned that over to the FAA. Here they should be coming out of Little Rock. The plane and its passengers were from the Springdale area, northwest Arkansas, so we were assuming that that's where they were heading back to. Other than that, we don't have much information. We've still got them getting checked out at the hospital before we gather any of that information from them and statements.
Do you know which hospital they were transported to?
Johnson Regional here in Johnson County and Clarksville.
So
Arkansas State Police, as well as the sheriff's office, we're in. We're taking photos of the scene, doing what we do, an initial report, and just reporting that, logging everything down. We're going to try to locate some valuables and stuff that they may have left in the aircraft, and we'll remove those. It could be a couple hours, or it could be a couple days, so we may have to secure the scene until they arrive. But as I said, we're still under investigation. The area is just to the north east of the airport, the runway itself. And it is as you can see here behind me, it's very wooded and very dense wood. It's got very foliage in there, the briars and such. It's hard to get into that location. There is some, you can see some trees that are missing here. I don't know exactly what all was taken down in there, but it will be very hard to get back in there for any responders that need to get in there and work the scene. They were traveling from northwest Arkansas to here. We don't know how long they stayed, or if it was just for the day, so they had luggage and that sort of thing.
Right. You wouldn't know exactly if there was an engine failure or anything like that just yet.
The FAA will come in and they will determine. That's one thing they're going to check and make sure there was no engine failures, and if so, then they'll figure that out.
Can you talk about it all, if they were on ascent or descent from the airport or to the airport?
They were leaving the airport.
Yeah. I know you said that two people were able to walk away. Can you address the severity of the other two people's injuries?
They were cognitive, talking to us, up and alert. We did have to assist them to get out. Other than that, other than some lacerations that I saw myself, I don't know. I can't, elaborate on anything else other than in terms.
It didn't appear to be critical
minor
injuries or anything.
Yeah.
And did y'all have to use the four-wheelers and stuff that we saw up there to get them out?
We did have some UTVs that we did try to make entry into there with. It's, like I said, it's so dense. There's a four-wheeler trail going in, but it is off of that four-wheeler trail, so we did use them to get some chainsaws and other equipment in there to try to clear a better path to get to them. So
did y'all basically have to carry them out?
We did.
Yeah. And to the ambulances, I assume, out here?
When the bulldozer arrived from Arkansas Forestry, was that able to clear a better path for you guys to get
We
out?
didn't have to utilize them.
Okay.
They didn't arrive here in the time that we got the victims out, so that was. They had a good response time,
right,
but we had already had a better response time by getting them out. So.
Do you have an estimate kind of that response time for you guys from when y'all were dispatched to when y'all?
I can tell you that I left the courthouse and I was here within 3 minutes around the time that it came out, around 2:15, 2:16.